Hi guys, welcome back to my simple kitchen. Tonight we're going to be making something simple, easy. There's probably 100 different recipes at least out there, but this one is mine. Actually, it's my old neighbor, a very good friend of mine. It is chicken spaghetti, and it's very easy. We make it a lot, and once again, very few ingredients. They're very good. Now I have already boiled my chicken. I boiled a whole chicken, and my little chick is in the sink, and he is cooling off. Got some ice around it so I can peel the chicken off really soon. And what I've done now is I have brought the chicken broth that the chicken boiled in. I've brought it to a bowl. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little thing, and I'm going to get a little liquid out as some reserved liquid, because in the end I'm going to want to add a little bit of liquid in there to make it a little more creamy. And the liquid I want to add is the chicken broth, because you want to keep it all as chickeny as possible, if you want to use that word. So come on over, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to start with my pound of spaghetti, 16 ounces. Now I've brought like I said, I brought my chicken broth to a boil, and I'm going to throw my chicken in there. It's going to boil in the chicken broth that the chicken cooked in. Now, I don't know if you guys break your chicken in, break your chicken, how silly am I? I don't know if you break your spaghetti. Now, I know that Italians would probably scoff at that, but, you know, I guess it's an old habit after having little kids. It just fits in the pot better. So I always break my pasta when I put it in the water. And then you bring it back up to a bowl. So doing that right now. Now over the weekend I celebrated my 27th anniversary to my husband, and he took me to a place in New Orleans called Commander's Palace. I don't know if y'all have heard of that, but so good. I recommend it highly. If you guys ever have a couple $100 to drop on a dinner, which, you know, normally we don't have, but about once a year he takes me somewhere really nice, and this year it was to Commander's Palace. It was awesome, and I had the fish, the Gulf fish, and it was divine, like divine. And then they had this bread pudding souffle for dessert. Oh my God, my eyes rolled back in the back of my head, and it was one of those When Harry Met Sally moments, like, yes, it was so good. I will get back there again one day for that bread pudding souffle, let me tell you that. So anyway, my point of telling you that is, look at my backsplash, y'all. My husband put in a backsplash for me. I was so excited. So anyway, let's leave that pasta in there to boil. I thought my son was coming in here. For authentic al dente pasta, you leave it in for 9 minutes. I am not authentic Italian, and I'm not Italian at all, authentic or no. So I like to leave mine in there a little bit longer than al dente, because I don't like a bite to my pasta. I like it soft. Sorry. I guess I'm not a real foodie, but don't tell anybody. I won't tell if you don't tell. So anyway, so my pasta is in there cooking in this broth. When the pasta comes out, I'm going to drain it, and then what I'm going to add is a little bit of butter, probably a half a stick. I will add a half a stick of butter, a can of Rotel tomatoes, and I usually add about a quarter to a half of a thing of Velveeta cheese, because it makes it really, woo, I'm about to boil over. Quarter to a half a thing of Velveeta cheese, but I don't have a big block of Velveeta cheese. But I did, however, have the Velveeta slices. So what I'll do is just add some Velveeta slices. But the cheese that I like most for this is, I've got 1.5 8-ounce blocks shredded. Well, there goes some cheese for the dogs. 1.5 8-ounce blocks of cheddar cheese, and I like that taste better. You know, really whatever cheese you want in here will do. And then I'll mix that all up, and to make it, you know, salt, pepper, Tony Chachere's, you know, we like that. And then we will put some, to make it creamier, we will add in, you know, however much of the chicken broth and the milk. Half and half, milk, whipping cream, whatever you have in your refrigerator. In my kitchen, it's all about making do with what you have in your fridge or your pantry. So, as soon as this pasta is done, I will come back and put it all together for you. Okay? I'll see you then. Alright, so it's all done. I have finished the pasta, and I'm going to pour it back in my pan here. I've also finished taking the chicken off the bone, and I'm going to pour it in my pan too. And let you watch me. And I lost my, well, let's get a new one. I lost my thing. Alright, so I have put everything back in here, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn this on low, and I'm going to add a little bit of my reserved juice. Get things a little bit sticky in there, okay? And then I'm going to get a little bit of my, I have whipping cream. I would normally use some half and half, but all I have is whipping cream. Put a little bit of whipping cream in there. Ooh, Mama, I'm sorry, Mama. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. But that is going to give it some good fattiness in there. Ooh, yes. Alright, now I'm going to start loading up my flavors here. Let's get some. Now the Velveeta just gets in there and helps the other cheeses to melt better. And if you don't like it, then don't use it. Use different cheeses. There are other cheeses that melt just fine in there. Gruyere melts really well. You could buy some creamy Swiss and put it in there, but I like to say with my yellow cheeses for this, sometimes I will caramelize some onions and put it in there, but I just didn't have time tonight. I went to the grocery store, I've been to the doctor's office, and just as usual, you know, had to get everything in, get it out. And you know what, also this freezes well, and you know, we'll leave a little bit in there for, you know, some snacks for my lunch and for my husband's lunch tomorrow, and we'll freeze the rest, and it'll make another whole dinner. So, alright, and I'm going to just, if you don't like as much cheese, don't use as much, but if you like a lot of cheese, at least I do. Oh, you know what I left out? You know what else I'm going to put in there? I'm going to put in a can of cream and mushroom soup. So, I was wondering, why does this just not look right? It's not looking as creamy. I left out the cream of mushroom soup. So, I'm going to carry you with me because, see, my pantry, you'd think I'm stockpiling for the end of the world in there, but I'm really not. I don't know why I buy so much. It's just the three of us now that my oldest has left me for college, you know. I guess I'm just afraid I'm going to run out of stuff. I guess cream of mushroom soup is one of those things I'm afraid I'm going to run out of. So, anyway, I'm going to put the cream of mushroom soup in there, and it is really going to make it extra creamy. If you notice, with things like this, I just kind of eyeball everything. I don't even measure. You can't, I mean, I know I've said it before, you can't really mess stuff like this up. It's really, when you're baking, you have to be precise, because it's a science. But stuff like this, not so much. Alright, now, I am going to, now I have put a lot of broth in there, so I'm not even going to put as much butter. Alright, I'm going to throw 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of butter in there. Let it melt away. Let it get in there, and it's going to help that help that cheese melt really good in there together. It won't clump up so much in there together, the cheddar. And then the Rotel. Now, when my son Michael, who's almost 16, when he was young, now he loved chicken spaghetti. He loves chicken spaghetti. But when he was young, he used to beg me, don't put as many tomatoes, just put the juice. He loves the juice of the Rotel tomatoes, not so much the tomatoes. But now he doesn't mind. So I used to open the cans of the tomatoes, and I would just put, believe it or not, I would just drain out all the juice and put maybe 1/4 of the tomatoes in there. But now I put almost darn near the whole thing in there, but I put almost the whole thing in there now. And it's pretty good. And I don't have to do a whole lot of chopping unless I decide I want to put onions in there. I don't do a whole lot of chopping. Now, you want to see what that looks like in there? Look at there. Look at that. Can you see it? Looks pretty good in there now, doesn't it? That's good stuff. Now, I just went in to let the dogs out of my son's room. They follow him in there after school, I guess, because they miss him so much. And when I take the chicken off the bone, I always make a little bowl for each one of them. And I wonder why they always know when I'm boiling a chicken. Could be because I always make a bowl of extras for them. But anyway, I just went in to go check on him, and he's sleeping. So as soon as I wake him up from his little nap, this is going to be ready, and it is going to be hot, and it's going to hit the spot from his soccer practice. It's going to be cheesy, and I love it. It's so comforting because it's cheesy and it's chickeny, and brothy and creamy, that adding a little bit of milk in there and that cream of mushroom soup. Only thing it needs is some salt, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. And whoops. Okay, Nene. And the Tony, somebody hid the Tony Chachere's from me, but I will find it and put it in there to give it a little bit of extra spice. But that's it. It's done, and it's good. I promise. Go try it. It gives you a break from the typical spaghetti and red gravy. It is divine and comforting and good. And I hope you try it, and I hope you like it. Let me know. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.